Hi everyone, Dr. Glassmoyer here. I've had several people this week ask me to clarify for them the difference between toxic relationships and a healthy relationship simply going through a difficult time. This is a great question. Healthy relationships, long-term committed healthy relationships, definitely go through difficult times. The difference between the healthy relationship and the toxic relationship is that in the healthy relationship, we see two people with a willingness to hear each other, to listen, to work to understand the other person's perspective, to honor their feelings, even if they don't agree with the other person, and to work towards resolution so that when a problem comes up, it gets resolved and doesn't keep coming up over and over and over again. Sometimes in very healthy relationships, a couple might need assistance from a therapist to work through a specific problem. And when this happens, we see two people coming to therapy ready to do the work, ready to invest, and really show up, rather than what we sometimes see, one person literally dragging the other through the door. That person getting up and going to the bathroom 6 times during the therapy session does not demonstrate they're committed to the process. So with toxic relationships, we have one person who is really, whether they know it or not, all about gaining control over the other person. So by design, problems are not resolved. They come up over and over and over again. And when a toxic relationship goes on for years, these problems will literally repeat over and over the course of the relationship. So we see various tactics used in order to really shut down the person who wants to have the more mutual relationship, who wants to talk about the problems and work through the problems. Some of these can actually, on the surface, seem quite pleasant. I had one person tell me about when her husband, they'd been trying to talk about an alcohol issue with him, which every time the subject came up, he diverted. And they went to therapy to talk about a kind of difficult topic to talk about. And following intimacy, he said to her, "Now see, honey, isn't this better than talking about problems we don't have?" Completely shut her down, all right? So that problem, although he was nice on the surface about trying to put it to bed, problem's not resolved. So in my blog articles, in my videos, I talk about lots of different tactics that are used by this person who's contributing primarily to the toxic dynamic that they use. Blocking, diverting, projecting, sometimes raging, demeaning, silent treatment. I mean, there's all sorts of things. But what you see over time is the lack of mutuality. One person cannot fix a toxic relationship. And when both people cannot show up, honoring one another, hearing the other person's perspective, what happens over time is that the person who's trying to have the healthy relationship gets depleted. They start to question themselves. It affects both their physical and emotional health. And that's why you'll see in my articles on my website where I talk about when you know enough is enough, when you have invested and you've really tried hard to fix it, and you know it's simply draining you and hurting you, enough is enough, break off the relationship and no contact. Because just as there was no resolution in the relationship, there will not be resolution in a breakup either. So as painful as it is, it's really difficult to break off all contact and start your healing process. So I hope that this answered your question. I love getting questions from you, so feel free to send them to me at Denise@DrDeniseGlassmoyer.com. Come to my website at DrDeniseGlassmoyer.com. Use the contact sheet or give me a call. Love to hear from you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.